वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ LiveFearless। और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं हाउ विमेन नीड टू कंज्यूम कंटेंट डिफरेंटली। पता है, एक रिसर्च हुआ था और उसमें ये देखा गया था दैट मेन कंसिस्टेंटली स्कोर्ड हायर देन विमेन इन जनरल नॉलेज। अनदर स्टडी ऑल्सो शोड दैट आउट ऑफ 19 टॉपिक्स men scored higher in 12 topics including art and fashion and literature, जो जनरली ऐसे टॉपिक्स माने जाते हैं जहाँ पे विमेन की ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट हो सकती है। विमेन स्कोर्ड हायर इन टर्म्स ऑफ मेडिसिन एंड क्रॉकरी। पर उससे भी इंटरेस्टिंग ये बात है दैट इफ यू लुक एट स्टैट्स, women tend to be more avid readers than men। मतलब women ज़्यादा बुक्स पढ़ती है men से। तो ये डिफरेंस क्यों आता है and why is it that women need to consume content differently? Let me give you one very interesting example. Imagine कीजिए कि एक ग्रुप ऑफ women है और एक ग्रुप ऑफ men है। अब ये ग्रुप ऑफ women क्या टॉपिक डिस्कस करती होंगी? शायद रिलेशनशिप्स, फैमिली, फैशन, क्लोथ्स, कुकिंग। एंड व्हाट डू द ग्रुप ऑफ men discuss? Politics, सोशल अफेयर्स, स्पोर्ट्स, टेक्नोलॉजी। काफ़ी डाइवर्स टॉपिक्स होते हैं, राइट? मतलब जो टॉपिक्स मेन डिस्कस करते हैं और जो विमेन डिस्कस करते हैं वो हमेशा से अलग अलग टॉपिक्स रहे हैं। कभी सोचा ऐसे क्यों होता है? देयर इज अ बायोलॉजिकल और लेट्स से अ सोशल फैक्टर व्हिच इज इन्वॉल्व। बचपन से बॉयज़ आर टॉट कि उन्हें बड़े होके बाहर जाना है, अर्न करना है, लाइवलीहुड अर्न करनी है। They are taught to be more competitive. They are taught to look at world differently. They are taught to look at world more factually. Versus women, जिनको हम बचपन से ये सिखाते हैं कि you have to be more nurturing, you have to be more caring. आप फैमिली को कैसे मैनेज करोगे, आप रिलेशनशिप्स कैसे मैनेज करोगे, इन सब चीज़ों पे फोकस दिया जाता है। And all of these things to a great extent sort of determine कि हमारे इंटरेस्ट या हम कौन सी चीज़ ज़्यादा अलग तरीके से देखते हैं या कौन सी चीज़ ज़्यादा कंज्यूम करते हैं। जैसे लड़कियों को हमेशा वो चीज़ें सिखाई जाती है जिनसे वो वेल बिहेव या वेल मैनर्ड कैसे हो ये पता चले। दे आर ऑलवेज बीइंग टॉट थिंग्स विच आर मोर फोकस्ड ऑन अ हायर EQ, whereas लड़कों को ऐसी चीज़ों से एक्सपोज किया जाता है जो ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिकल हो, ज़्यादा फैक्चुअल हो, जैसे हाउ टू चेंज अ लाइट बल्ब और हाउ डू यू चेंज अ टायर। इंटरेस्टिंगली फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम, अगर आपको पता होगा, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस में बहुत कम लड़कियां होती थी एंड मेजॉरिटी ऑफ देम यूज्ड टू बी बॉयज़। ये शायद अभी चेंज होने लगा है। whereas most girls for the longest time would prefer taking home science than any of these other factual related streams of education. Another reason for this could be the fact that girls have always had restrictions on travel or the exposure they've got. बॉयज़ को कभी ट्रैवल्स के लिए इतने रिस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं होते बिकॉज दे कैन फ्रीली मूव अराउंड, बट पेरेंट्स आर ऑलवेज कंसर्न बिफोर सेंडिंग देयर गर्ल्स टू अ डिफरेंट सिटी, इवन फॉर अ ट्रिप, फॉर एजुकेशन, वॉट एवर इट इज, विच टू अ ग्रेट एक्सटेंट हैव लिमिटेड द एक्सपोजर दैट गर्ल्स हैव गॉटन ओवर देयर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. And this exposure is very very important for being street smart, right? Because when you go out there, आप जब जाते हो, आप खुद experience करते हो, तब आप ज़्यादा सीखते हो. Now ये limited exposure की वजह से obviously boys are at a better place than girls, and they're always considered to be a little more street smart because they've managed to get this exposure. ये problem शायद जितनी लगती है ना उससे शायद थोड़ी ज़्यादा grave है. To a great extent, women are not seen to be discussing politics as frequently as men do. And I think this also has got something to do with the fact that women think their opinion doesn't matter. Politics is something जहाँ पे हम अपने opinions देते हैं, हम sides लेते हैं, हम बताते हैं what we strongly feel. But since childhood, women are taught that their opinion actually doesn't matter, or they cannot take sides, or they cannot put forth a very strong point of view. And because of that, to some extent, I guess, they do not feel the need to be involved into topics or to give their opinion about things which are politics or social affairs related. So why am I suddenly talking about this, I mean, we've all known what I've already spoken about. पर अभी मैं इसके बारे में इसलिए बात कर रही हूँ because we've moved out of our house. Women have moved out of their house. They are in corporate spaces. They are running the show. They are holding senior positions. And it is very important that while we are doing all this, we also prepare ourselves to be equally competitive and equally worthwhile to be there. While we're trying to break the glass ceiling, we also have to perform a big task of breaking people's opinions. People think that women have nothing more intelligent to contribute. People think that, women talk about frivolous topics, but that's not the case, right? I mean, if we want to be in a certain place, we also have to show we deserve to be in a certain place. And that is exactly why we need to start consuming content differently. If we need to be competitive, if we want to ask for equality, we need to work towards that equality. We need to ensure that we are updated with what is happening out there. We are updated with politics. We are updated with what's happening, generally in social affairs, what is happening in technology, what is happening in the corporate world. It is important to know all of that, because unless you put yourself in a position where you project to another person that you deserve to be there, respect will not be earned. You need to earn the respect, not demand for it or ask for it. Another very important reason why women need to read about a lot more social related issues or about politics is for a very simple reason. हमें खुद को अपनी राइट्स पता होना चाहिए, हमें खुद को अपनी ओपिनियन होनी चाहिए. The next generation of women who's going to come up is going to look up to us, to what we present before them or what we put before them. So it is very important that for us to have our own opinion, for us to put forth our own opinion, we are well read, we are very well versed with what's happening out there in the world. I mean, not just to break the society's perception, you also need to be well versed with what is happening out there in the world to do your job better. So you need to know about technology, you need to know about social affairs, you need to know about politics. How else will you perform at your job? And come on guys, हम दुनिया का 50% population है. अगर हमें खुद को ये पता नहीं है कि हमारे rights क्या है, अगर हमें खुद को ये पता नहीं है कि दुनिया में हो क्या रहा है, how will we work towards making the world a better place? How will we work towards making the society a better place? And how will we change the society for it to be a better place for the generation that is going to come after us? So it is very important that you know what is happening. Now, how can you get this knowledge? And it's very simple, you just need to read a lot of books, you need to read the newspaper regularly, you have YouTube, you have documentaries. Information is like crazy out there. Remember, your opinion counts. And if you want to make this world a better place, do ensure that you're well informed about it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube account LiveFearless Official. If you have any comments, do write them in the comments below. You can also follow me on my Instagram account LiveFearless Official. And until then, live fearless.